All right. Hello, everyone. I hope you had a great weekend. I am Dr. Heather Moore, owner of Total Performance Physical Therapy. Tonight we are going over what you should not do if you have knee pain. So stop doing this if you have knee pain. We're going to go over a couple things, but the main thing I want to talk to you tonight about is what not to do is to rest. It is my pet peeve when I come in here and I get an evaluation and someone says, oh, I've had knee pain, I've had it for a couple months. I stopped running, I stopped doing activity, I took 3 or 4 weeks off, I did Advil, I did this, or I did ice, and basically they did nothing for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And then they come in and they're like, oh, well, it came back and now it hurts worse and now I really can't run and now I really can't go up and down steps. One of the worst things you can do with knee pain is to stop using it. And on the contrary, one of the worst things you can do is to push through knee pain. So I'm not saying don't listen to your knee pain. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what people wind up in much bigger trouble than they have to be when they don't listen to their body. And all they do is they stop. They don't find out why they have knee pain. They don't determine the reason. They just think stopping activity is going to help. If you fall on your knee, like you're running or you trip up the steps and you fall and you're banging your knee, take some time off. Take 2 weeks off. That's going to help the bruise heal. If you didn't do those things, time off is going to do nothing for you. It is really important that when you find out, when you discover you have knee pain, that you determine where it is coming from. And that's the complex situation about the knee, is it very rarely is coming from the knee. It's usually coming from the hip or the ankle. A lot of people are afraid to come in and get checked because they don't want a knee replacement. We go from 0 to 60. Knee pain always equals a knee replacement. We're not going into therapy. We're not going to see the doctor because then they're going to tell me to stop running and I need a knee replacement. There's a very small percentage of people, I mean a very small percentage of people, where that is the outcome, that you need a total knee replacement. So when you have knee pain, the quicker you get it addressed, the less likely it is that you will need a knee replacement. It is the constant ignoring of knee pain that winds you up actually needing a knee replacement. I understand that a lot of times as we get older, we've got knee pain going down the steps, and we've got knee pain when we wake up, and when we stand up after sitting for a long time, our knee starts to hurt. And when do you pay attention to that knee pain, and when do you let it go? You want to make sure that if you are having consistent knee pain for 2 weeks, that's that knee pain that's going to go away on its own. That's something that you need to get checked out. If every time you go out for a run, mile 1 hits, and you develop some sort of knee pain, that's a problem. You need to make sure that you are addressing that. And stopping running isn't doing anything. It may work for a month. It may work for 6 weeks. It's going to come back with a vengeance. It's going to come back worse. And then you will have to stop running. It's going to get to the point where you won't even get to that mile run. And you're having pain going up and down the steps, that's something that needs to be addressed. That's not going away on its own. You're not going to just sit there and rest it and put a copper knee sleeve on it and make it feel better. Figure out where that's coming from. A lot of times it's coming from muscle imbalances. So you might have a tight IT band. You might have a tight inner thigh muscle. You might have a tight hamstring. You could have weak hamstrings. You could have tight quads. There's so many things that could be happening at your knee to cause that knee pain that you really need to figure out where it's coming from. But I see so many people in here that therapy takes so much longer and we don't get the best results because you waited a year. You waited until you literally couldn't walk up the steps anymore. You had to go 1 step at a time. You couldn't do step over step. You couldn't run anymore. You really pushed it to the limit because you didn't want to come in here. You didn't want to waste your time. It's not going to waste your time, and you're going to spend more time rehabbing it. You're going to wind up in surgery the more you ignore it. Most of the time, knee pain starts off as something very innocent, and if you address it early enough, you're going to get it, you're going to resolve it, and you're going to not have any problems going further. But so many people ignore it, take Advil, and then they don't wind up addressing the problem. You really need to figure out where the problem is when you're talking about knee pain. What you can do when you have knee pain is, first of all, you want to remain active. I know it hurts but you want to do some gentle walking. Now this is in conjunction with getting it treated. You can call our office at 215-997-9898 and we offer a free consultation. But this is in conjunction with getting treated. Don't stop moving. You want to make sure that you're doing gentle walking each day. Most people who I see with arthritis and are telling me, I have arthritis in my knees, I think I'm headed for a knee replacement, and the doctor says I'm not ready for the knee replacement. The arthritis has nothing to do with the knee pain. It has to do with tight muscles. If you can't straighten your knee all the way out, you have got some tight muscle issues. And the worst part is you stop straightening them out because they hurt, and then they stop straightening out even more. And you wind up with this permanent bend in your knee. That's what's going to cause the breakdown enough for you to get a knee replacement. So you need to keep moving. Gentle movements, walking, if you have access to a hot tub, sitting in there, kicking your legs back and forth, but address where the knee pain is coming from. Address where is it coming from the foot. Are you wearing flip-flops? Are you wearing flat shoes? Both of those things can be really hard on your knee and can actually cause knee pain. Are you wearing the right running shoe? Are you wearing the right workout shoe? All these questions go into, why do I have knee pain? What should I be doing? So when I say don't stop moving, I mean don't stop moving. Keep that gentle motion up. It's going to keep the muscles nice and pliable, all right? But you do need to address where it's coming from. I always get the question, why do I have knee pain? And I'm like, I don't know. Is it coming from your foot? Is it coming from your hip? Is it coming from your knee? When we talk about why you have knee pain, you have to address above and below. Foam roller is standing right next to me. We have videos on our YouTube channel, Total Performance Physical Therapy, that address how to foam roll from the hip all the way down the leg, all the way down to the knee. Some gentle range of motion exercises you can do if you have knee pain is just bend and straighten your knee. All right? If this is an issue and this is a problem and you're having pain, that is something that you need to address. This should not really cause you any pain whatsoever. Bending and straightening your knee. That's a really good exercise to do to help keep that knee going, help keep that knee feeling better. You want to make sure that you're doing range of motion exercises, okay? You want to go as far as you can, bend it, and then go as far as you can and straighten it. It helps if you have a hot tub or you're in a bathtub and you're doing that. That warm water will help keep that range of motion. If you notice that you are losing range of motion, you need to be in therapy now, not later. It's super important because that's when you start to really wear down your joint, is when you start to lose range of motion. Now, a lot of people will push it past the point of pain. You shouldn't do that. Now, if you can do range of motion exercises and you have no pain, that doesn't mean that you have a good knee. That doesn't mean that you don't need to get it addressed. Okay? You need to figure out what's going on. If it's bothering you going up and down the steps. But those types of exercises, those are the gentle ones. One of the things you do want to be careful with when you have knee pain, and it is probably if you are someone who runs or you go to the gym, it is really a big problem, is when you go to sit down or you go to squat, your knees go like this and they go right in front of your toes. That puts a lot of pressure on the knee. So you want to watch that and be careful that you are not squatting like this at the gym, okay? That when you're going to sit down, you're not sitting down like this. It's also a sign of weakness that you're doing that, and we need to correct that. Really important, but never stop moving. And I don't care if that's knee pain, I don't care if that's shoulder pain, I don't care what kind of pain that is. Unless there was a traumatic injury where you fell in it, you know exactly how you injured it, you don't want to stop moving it because the repercussions are far worse. If you or someone you know is suffering from knee pain and wants a free consultation with a doctor of physical therapy, all you have to do is call our office at 215-997-9898 and we'd be happy to get you in. Thanks and have a good night.